What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our college football channel. I'm going to introduce to you a brand new concept. It's called the Reality Meter. It's a new series, a new reality check series that we're going to be doing. And in this series, we're going to take statements, maybe something that I come up with, or maybe respond to comments from all of you. We're going to take a statement, and we're going to give it a reality check. Tell you if you should have your hopes up for that to happen, or if you're just, in reality, it's just not going to happen. We're going to take a look at, really, that's kind of what this is. How much should you get your hopes up when you come out and you make a bold statement or something? I'm going to tell you, yeah, that could happen, or it's just not going to happen. We're going to put it on the reality meter, and I will show you exactly what each number represents here on the meter in just a second. But this is just a way for me to take just random topics and, again, talk about if I think they might could happen, or how likely it is that they will happen. And also, it is a way for me to respond to comments. So, we get tons of comments. I can't reply to every comment. I do read every comment on this channel. I go through the comments and I read every comment. I always go through the comments, keep up with them. I don't reply to the majority of them just because the time that it would take, and also you get into a back and forth in the comments, and then you have to keep up with who you talk to, and YouTube's notifications are terrible. You can start a conversation in the comments, and then YouTube never tells you the person replies, and you just lose it. So that's why I don't really try to get into like long conversations in the comments, but occasionally I will reply. But again, I do read them. I read them all. But this is a way to respond to some of your comments. So if you make a bold statement, or you come out and say that something's going to happen, and somebody says, well, that's not going to happen, and maybe I'm going to back you up. Maybe I'm going to say, yeah, that in reality, that could happen. So it's just a way to kind of give you guys a reality check on some of your comments, and then just also take a look at random statements, random predictions, and talk about those as well. So we can do a lot with this series, depending on how successful it is, depending on how many views we get on these videos. Obviously, that's going to determine how many of them I do. And you're going to see this here on this channel, and we may be doing these over on the Voice of College Football channels as well, our partnership with Mark Rogers, where I'm kind of behind the scenes on those channels for the most part. But if I do a video, if I record a video, I'll be sure to share it here on the main channel, because I know some of you, you're not going to care about Michigan, but you might want to know what I have to say about a Michigan topic. So I will share those here to this channel. And again, giving all kinds of reality checks. That's what we're going to be doing. So this is the meter that we are going to be using. As you see, we have a scale 1 to 10. And this scale is not built to where a 1 is a 10% chance of it happening, a 2 is a 20% chance of it happening. I didn't want to just throw out percentages on, for example, Alabama will win back-to-back national championship. Alabama's going to win the national championship again this year. Let's say that was a statement that we're going to put a reality check on. That we're not going to say, I don't know exactly where that would land. Probably, you can get your hopes up. I think it's very, very likely that they could possibly do that again. So that would be a 6, and I may do a video on that exact topic. I don't know. So let's just say it lands on a 6. That doesn't mean there's a 60% chance that Alabama is going to win the national championship. It's really just kind of where your hope should be on that statement. So anything over a 5, you're gonna get your hopes up. Get excited for it. If it's 5, maybe you shouldn't get too excited. Be cautiously optimistic, and that's what number 5 says there. If it's under 5, it's probably not going to happen, but you never know. So again, we'll start at the top here. If it's a 10, then it's guaranteed to happen. There is no way that it doesn't happen. So that would be, for example, Alabama will make a bowl game this year. Let's say we take that statement. That's a 10. That's going to happen. There is no way that Alabama will not make a bowl game. I mean, they're going to get 6 wins. It's just, that's a pot. I mean, I guess anything's possible, but that's a 10 on this scale. Okay, so let's go to number 9. I'd be shocked if it didn't happen. I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but that's what number 9 is. Number 8, there's a really good chance. So we're talking about Clemson winning the ACC. I would probably put that at number 8. There's a really good chance. I wouldn't say I'd be shocked if it didn't happen, because there are some other good teams in the ACC, But I'd say that there is a really good chance Clemson wins the ACC this year. And I hate to give some of these topics away because I may wind up doing videos on them. But again, I just need some examples. Number 7, I'd feel pretty good about it. So we're not saying, don't get too excited. Feel pretty good. It's a really good chance that it could happen, but nowhere near a guarantee. And then, number 6, you can get your hopes up. That's when you start to start saying, if it's under a 6, you probably shouldn't be talking about it. You shouldn't go around making comments saying this is going to happen. If it's a 6, then okay, yeah, you can start talking about it. You can get your hopes up. It's not a guarantee. It's far from a guarantee. It could happen. There is enough there to where, again, I think you can get your hopes up. And like I said, number 5, be cautiously optimistic. Don't get too excited. It might happen. If things kind of go the way they need to go, 5, you can get cautious, be cautiously optimistic. And number 4 is don't get your hopes up. So if you're at 4, you really don't want to, that's me. I don't like to get my hopes up about things because, I don't want to be crushed. So I usually am kind of a pessimist because I'd rather not get my hopes up and then be surprised than get my hopes up and be crushed, like I said. So if you're at 4 here, you really probably shouldn't get your hopes up. Don't, just don't expect it to happen. And then it continues to go down from there. Number 3, everything would have to go their way. So we're talking about back to the ACC here maybe. Let's say Miami wins the ACC. I think everything would have to go their way. They're going to have to get some breaks. They're going to, especially if they play Clemson in the ACC championship, everything's going to have to go their way. You might even have to have an injury to DJ Uyunglele or something. Everything would have to go their way. That's a 3. Number 2, it's not impossible. It's very unlikely. And I mean, it's really probably not going to happen, but it's not impossible. So again, I can't even think of a good example for this one. I'm not even sure what I would put here, but let's just say it's not impossible. So we're talking about maybe, let's say, again, I can't really think of an example. I was trying to think of maybe somebody winning the Heisman that's kind of way off the radar, but I can't really. Let's say Emory Jones of Florida. Emory Jones of Florida wins the Heisman Trophy this year. No one's expecting that. It seems very unlikely. He would really kind of come out of nowhere. But I wouldn't say it's impossible. So that will be a 2. It's not impossible. And then 1, there is no chance. So like I said, with Alabama at number 10, getting to a bowl game, let's say missing out on a bowl game, that's a 1 because there's no chance that Alabama misses out on a bowl game. So we're going to be using this reality meter to, again, go through random topics and also replying to your comments. And hopefully this is a fun way, a good way that we can reply to comments. And there are so many times when someone will make a comment and then a lot of people will bash them and say, that's not going to happen, not going to happen, not going to happen. But maybe I agree with that original comment. And so I'm going to stick up for you, and I'm going to put that statement here on the reality meter. And then there are other times where some of you make statements that are just wild and simply not going to happen. And so I'm going to maybe call you out a little bit, give you a reality check here with the reality meter. So that's the purpose of this brand new concept, brand new series that we're going to be doing. Watch for these videos. Watch for all the videos that we're going to be doing. As again, if you missed the channel update yesterday, I talked about it. We're going to be ramping things up here over the next few weeks and see if we can start to build some momentum back on this college football channel. So give me your thoughts on this. What do you think about it? Maybe go ahead and make your statement in the comment that you want me to give a reality check to. Feel free to do that. I will be searching the comments and looking for things that I think will make a good video. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports College Football Channel.